Hey guys, Casey here, Lions Den Investments and Reviews. Hope you guys are doing good today. I want to thank all my new subscribers for tuning in. And if you guys are new to the channel, never been here before, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Basically, what we do here on this channel, like I've been saying, is that we cover the blockchain space, investment products, financial services, anything that we can review basically to help you guys get ahead. We go ahead and we'll cover it in videos. But right now, the smart money is specifically located in the blockchain space here within cryptos. So that's what I've been covering on the channel for a while. But we've got a lot of developing news. This market moves extremely fast. So you guys will just have to bear with me as I try to, maintain and try to stay ahead of the news. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, so I apologize for that. But getting in today's into getting into today's video, I wanted to cover Bitcoin real quick. We're not really going to cover too much technical analysis here, just simply because markets are being manipulated, and we really don't know where they're going to go. But right now, you just got that sideways capitulation that I've been talking about, and it's continuing. It hasn't changed, as you can see right here on my mouse. We've got this sideways range going between like 39,000, 40,000 on down to about 30,000. We did wick down the other day, and I actually called this in my video on Friday. I said, caution here, guys, because Bitcoin could go down further. And on Monday, we dipped down to roughly about 28,500. Okay. I did take a survey on my channel just recently, and I was talking about whether or not you guys thought this was either a shakeout or the beginning of a bear market within cryptos. And interestingly enough, everybody pretty much agrees with what I've been saying, which is, these big banks want what you have, so what they're trying to do is shake you out. And surprisingly enough, about 70% of people watching this channel said that they thought this was a shakeout. Now, it doesn't mean that it's over. If you're looking here at the downtrend on the daily for Bitcoin, you can see that we came up here, tested 40,000, got rejected, came back down. We've been retesting this several times in this $30,000 range, and we dipped shortly, just briefly below it there. And we're coming back up as of right now, 34,823. But my guess is, guys, that we're going to go ahead and get probably rejected again here at about 35,273. We need to break that resistance. If we can close a daily candle above that, we might be able to come back up here, retest 39 or 40,000, and that would be the key resistance zone for prices on Bitcoin that we need to break before this trend reverses and we continue heading up. But today's video, I just wanted to focus on mostly fundamentals, because even though it looks extremely bearish on the technical charts, the fundamentals are still in play here. And, there's a lot of FUD within fundamentals too that you have to keep in mind. Like, for instance, we got this article here, which was talking about China, right, banning cryptocurrency mining, and Bitcoin plunged more than 11%. All right. Now, I look at stuff like this, guys, and quite frankly, it really doesn't bother me. China's been doing this. I mean, I can't count how many times that they have come out, back in the last bull run and the bull run before that, and even now, coming out and trying to ban Bitcoin. And, it spooks the markets, of course, but I don't think that it has much effect long term on Bitcoin being the dominant crypto here. Actually, it's extremely bullish news in my opinion, because if you take away cryptocurrency mining from miners in China, all that does, guys, is basically allow other countries, okay, to go out there and buy up the Bitcoin that's available in supply. And because you're taking miners away from the network, it's going to make confirming blocks on Bitcoin from a time perspective, like on the block times, those are going to increase. Okay, so confirming transactions on Bitcoin is going to take longer because you have less miners on the network. And because of that, it affects the supply of Bitcoin, meaning that the supply of Bitcoin, you know, it decreases, the demand still stays there. So what do you think happens to the price? It's going to be bullish on the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So this is extremely bullish news in my opinion when it comes to China banning cryptocurrency mining. The rest of the countries aren't doing that. For instance, like if we go over here, Bank of Israel deputy governor confirms digital shekel pilot is underway. Despite the pilot, the central bank's deputy governor says he was apprehensive about launching a full-scale central banking digital currency in Israel and referred to Bitcoin as a pyramid scam, right? So again, these guys keep coming out here. They don't know the technology that underlies the asset of Bitcoin here. They have no clue what they're talking about. They just come out, label it a scam or whatever because you've got bad actors out there, hackers, for example, that'll hack a network or hack a company, bring it down, and then they want their payment in Bitcoin. So now, all of a sudden, Bitcoin is a scam or it's bad and it's used by criminals and whatever, you know. It's the same narrative as you've been seeing for like the past decade. And it's not going to change because, again, they want you out of Bitcoin. They don't want you owning it. They want it for themselves. And so, you know, what better way than to just scare folks or label it a scam or label it, you know, the evil currency of the world and get you out of it because most folks, guys, you know, retail investors don't really understand blockchain and the functions and the use case behind it. Okay, so that's another thing that I like to do on my channel is just educate folks on what it is that I know personally about blockchain and the underlying technology there. I know, you know, I don't know everything, but I've got a 7-year background in network engineering. Okay, I used to work for a bank. I built out a data center. I've got 4 years of cybersecurity contracting for the government here in the United States. And then I took it a step further and, you know, once I got out of IT and switched careers into the engineering field, I decided to, you know, not give up on technology and continue learning, but dive in and pivot into a new arena here with blockchain. So I got certified as an Ethereum blockchain expert, and now I'm working on educating myself more on the architecture of blockchains by going out and getting my certified blockchain architect certification, and I'm doing all this through the Blockchain International Council. Okay, so you know, it's an accredited foundation. A lot of the teachers coming out of there are, you know, they've been in this space for 15, 20 years. Even before Bitcoin created the entire crypto market. I mean, these guys are extremely smart, way smarter than I am, and they're teaching me. So I'm learning a lot about the technology, and I want to explain to my viewers and subscribers more about the technology so that, you know, when you get fundamental news like this coming out and they're talking bad about it, I can explain it to you on a technical level and tell you why, you know, what they're saying is false. It's just a false narrative. So, you know, I'm not going to go into this article too much, but the Bank of Israel's deputy governor confirms a digital pilot is underway for central bank digital currency there in Israel. So that's bullish news, in my opinion. I'll leave a link in the description so you can read the article. Let's go over here to Draper, Tim Draper. Okay, here's another one. He still firmly believes that Bitcoin will touch 250,000 by the end of 2022. So even though they're bringing the price down here, guys, short term, it may delay the inevitable with where Bitcoin's going, especially with this bull run, and we may see, you know, a later start to the end of leg 5 on the Elliott wave cycle for this entire bull run. So all it's doing really is just delaying it a little bit. I would say still, like I've always been saying, watch the month of July because I think the tune's going to change here in July and August. We got the Federal Reserve, you know, Fed Chair Jerome Powell for the Federal Reserve is coming out in mid-July. He's going to announce to the United States population the central banking digital currency pilot projects that we have in place. Congress right now is putting the pressure on them, and they're really starting to turn up the heat and tell Jerome Powell, hey, we need to get this thing going. So again, that's extremely bullish as well. And so, like I said, the fundamentals, we can look at technical charts all day, and they're going to speak a different tune as far as bearish activity. But if you look at the fundamentals, that's where you need to be looking right now, because you have to have a little bit more of a long-term perspective on the underlying tech and what you're investing in, especially as an investor versus, say, being a day trader, okay? And guys, the other thing is, when these guys come out, going back to this article with the Bank of Israel and how he was saying Bitcoin was a pyramid scam, don't focus so much on what they're saying, but look at their actions. Don't focus on what they say, but watch what they do, okay? So that's really all I've got on Bitcoin and the crypto market with fundamentals. If you're an XRP holder, for instance, I want to show you this article real quick because I haven't covered updates on the XRP SEC case for a while here. And this is interesting because the XRP lawsuit update, they're saying in this title, did the court just deliver a big blow to the SEC's case? Basically, the motion is granted in part and denied in part, and the court has provided back-to-back rulings over the past 24 hours in the ongoing legal battle. Of course, this is somewhat old news now, but this is between Ripple Labs, its executives, and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Granted, denied, denied. This is precisely what the court's latest rulings on the SEC's motion to notice additional depositions, search the record of more custodians, compel the blockchain company to produce post-compliant transactions and lobbying efforts, or lobbying efforts records. I'm not a lawyer, so some of this terminology is, above my head, but I'm just reading over pretty much, summarizations of what this article entails. The SEC's request for a sixth deposition is denied without a prejudice as unripe. Ripple's fair notice defense centers on the activities of the SEC, not its own behaviors. In the same vein, Ripple's lobbying efforts regarding the status of XRP are not relevant, and any relevancy argument is outweighed by the burden of production. This particular ruling managed to garner the attention of several people in the community. Popular attorney James Phelan, for instance, stated that the aforementioned pronouncement is a good sign for Ripple's fair notice defense. They're going on here. They further say, I am getting a vibe from the judge that she is digging the fair notice defense. This takes away a little sting from the 60-day extension. The 60-day extension, I believe, is regarding the documents that SEC is trying to obtain from, the documents that the judge is trying to obtain from the SEC and regarding the conversations about what Bitcoin and Ethereum are. So I think that's what they're referring to here. You'll just have to read through the article for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description for that. But basically, in short, the SEC is also on trial. That's what the attorneys are saying here for Ripple and the people that follow that. The other thing, the other rumor that's going out right now is that basically the Judge Netburn, okay, is possibly looking at going after Jay Clayton, who was the former head of the SEC. I don't know if that's true or not. If you guys have heard any of that, anything similar to that, leave comments in the comments section. But interesting to say the least. And if you're XRP holders, I know I'm an investor in XRP myself, just based on use case for the underlying ledger there. I think it's we're probably looking at quarter 1 according to some of the surveys out there, and they're saying that quarter 1 of 2022 might be a pushback date for a possible settlement. So we'll have to see what happens there, but either way, I think XRP long term over the next 2 years is a great investment. It's extremely undervalued right now, just due to the fact that it's ongoing with this XRP and SEC case. But that's really all I have for today's video and an update from the XRP lawsuit and the fundamentals overall for the crypto market. But yeah, I mean, really, that's all I've got for today. If you guys are liking the content on the channel here, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys want me to cover. I know Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to be covering a whole video on Theta, because we've got Theta announcements that just came out over this week, new patents, and then I want to summarize the interview that took place between Wes Levitt and Mitch Liu, and I believe it's his CTO. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but I think you pronounce his name Lily or Laley. I want to say he's the CTO, but don't hold me to that. I'll have to go back and look at what his title actually was. But I'll summarize that in tomorrow's video and give you my thoughts on what I see playing out for Theta over the next year. But with that said, hey guys, you can either be bearish or bullish. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the weak hands are going to lose. The strong hands will win. And this is why I always say, you want to be a lion, okay? And in order to be a lion amongst a herd of sheep, you have to fear nothing, my friends, okay? With that said, I will talk to you tomorrow.